Good morning. How are you? Happy Tuesday. Tuesday's always a bit of a funny day because Monday, it's you either starting the week and you're dead excited or, it's Monday. Then you've got Wednesday, it's hump day. You're on the way to the weekend. But Tuesday, the beginning of the week has happened. The end of the week is a million miles away. I always find Tuesday is my most productive day because I feel like it's proper work week. I'm not kind of yearning for the weekend just gone, and I've caught up with all my admin yesterday, and I'm not sort of hurtling towards the weekend right now. It's like Tuesday always tends to be my a super productive day. But good morning, everyone. Good morning to those of you that are watching on the YouTube stream. Good morning to everybody watching on Facebook. How are you? How are you this Tuesday morning? I'm coming to you live, bright and breezy from IATQB. I've lost the ability to talk. IATQBHQ, which is just my house in Preston, but it sounds posher, doesn't it? Good morning, Emma. How are you? For those of us that haven't met before, my name is Dani Wallace, and I am the Queen Bee, fearless leader of the I Am the Queen Bee movement on Facebook and on Instagram. If you don't follow me already, please do follow me on the socials. The Queen Bee Dani, where you can catch up with me and see what's coming up and see what we are getting up to. So this whole thing started, and I will say this at the beginning of all of my lives because there's going to be lots of new people watching all the time with any luck. This whole thing started at the beginning of lockdown, the beginning of the COVID-19 situation, and I needed to put a little bit of structure in my life. So I started to go live every morning, Monday to Friday, in my free online community, the IATQB Hive. It turned into a bit of a thing. So then what I started to do was start to invite the people that I know, members of the IATQB Hive, fellow Queen Bees, fellow King Bees, People Bees, all of that sort of stuff. And we just started to get ready for the day together. Now, you could, if you wanted to, go and watch morning television in the regular media, but I found it so draining every morning, especially through this, with the scaremongering and all of that, and the pointless conversation, that I thought, you know what, I would much rather go live and share some positivity, some optimism, some fun, and also some learning into the morning. So good morning, everybody. I'm so made up that you are joining me. I have got one of my lovely friends on this morning. I've got the incredible Jo Smith from Creative Sass. So we're going to be talking all things creative marketing. We're going to be talking about how Jo has shown up and wised up. Now then, how are we saying this in the past tense? I struggled with this yesterday. I've not thought this through. How do you show up and wise up and rise up in the past tense? Let me know in the comments. Help me out with this. I need to make it snappy. And normally I'm very good with words. And it's like, have you shown up, wised up and risen up? Is that it? Is that what we're saying? I don't know. Right, so I'm going to bring Jo on, but in lieu of a round of applause, because I will not be able to hear you and we will not be able to hear you, what I would love you to do, Helen got here today. Good morning, Helen. What I would love you to do is pop loads of likes and loads of love in the comment stream right now. And also, if you fancy, give us a little cheeky share. I'm bringing Jo onto the live now. Jo!
I need to get in shots.
Oh God! I just had Jo backstage, and she's there resplendent in her rollers. I'm like, oh Jo, I couldn't love you anymore. You are the epitome of class and sass and all of that sort of stuff. And the fact you've turned up in your rollers this morning is just, honestly, you've made my life.
This is kind of how I roll of a morning, Dani.
But pardon the pun, I feel you. It's all good. It's all good. So because we've been kind of official in terms of a little Facebook TV show for a week and a little bit now. Yeah. We've been over in the Hive for over a month now doing this. I think Tracy told me when Tracy joined us, she brought her makeup. But didn't put any on. And we had Gemma yesterday valiantly put some makeup on with me, which was really cool. So the fact you've got your rollers in, I like that we're going to be getting a bit ready.
I have hairspray. I have comb. I love it. Take these out.
Do you know what? You look, honestly, right now, you look like an extra out of hairspray. I love it.
Oh, I love that.
I love it. We're here for you and your rollers this morning. Jo, hello.
Hello.
I love your glittery shizzle happening behind you. How have you come across this? How have we come across to being like together this morning? Because our story is a nice one, isn't it? I love our story.
Our story makes me cry. Every time I see you, no matter what, it makes me cry.
Am I that horrible to you?
Say that again, sorry, Dan.
Am I that horrible to you?
No, you're that lovely. You're my COVID, they say, non-essential travel. Only go out for essentials. You are my COVID essential.
Oh,
literally, you've been there through every minute of it for me. You've made me get up. So I suppose you could kind of say you've made me show up. So it's without that, honestly, I've grown massively. God, I'm really fangirling, aren't I? I'm like,
stop it, we're friends.
I know.
But we've not known each other that long, have we?
So November,
bloody hell.
Yeah, I was thinking about this yesterday, and kind of the short version, because I have a tend to waffle. So when I'm waffling, just tell me to come by. So
come by.
Come by,
Jo. Come by.
So literally, I made a big decision early November, sort of end of October, early November. I was in what I thought was my dream job. Mm-hmm. And I mean, anybody that knew me, I won't go into details, but anybody that knew me knew this was my dream job. I'd been in it for 18 months.
Yeah.
Cut a long story short, my integrity got questioned. Not my integrity, as in things that were going on. So, but we'll move on swiftly from that. So
you found yourself in a difficult situation in that job, right?
Yeah. And I thought, you know what, and which was very, very hard for me to leave as well. Because I was so invested, not financially, but emotionally. In your heart. My whole family was, because we'd taken the whole thing on.
Yeah.
And I'd really put into it, because it was a new venture as well. So, you know, it had grown. It was like my baby, but it wasn't my baby.
When ventures do grow, you do love them, even if they're not your own. You do love them like your own. When you're part of a family business or a team-based business that is organically growing, that is, you know, that is small, and I look great right now. This is proper like wallpaper situation. That is, because I found this when I've worked for family businesses. When I grew up, I worked for family in the pub trade, and it really was a whole team business. The business kind of belonged to the team, and everyone was invested, and everyone put in more hours than they probably got paid hourly, and all of this sort of stuff, because you do when it's a very small business.
I've always worked, apart from very early on in my career, I've worked my long-term positions. My 3 last term positions have been for smaller companies.
Yeah.
So, and I've found that worked for me, but then it kind of in some aspects didn't, because I literally gave everything 110%, because to me, if you're going to do something, do it to the best of your ability. There's no half measures.
No.
You know, you may as well give it everything. So I kind of was in that kind of trend as well. Yeah. But this time I'd found something that I absolutely, I always said that when my daughter went to senior school, I'd get out of the rut that I was in, because I'd been in a long-term position for 12 years.
Right.
That I would then go and sell something that I loved. That's what I thought would make me happy, selling something I loved.
I
literally found the thing that I loved beyond belief.
Mm-hmm.
And I went and did that. But as it happened, the other bits kind of went on, and it wasn't right.
Yeah.
So to walk away from that was really, really difficult. But I made the decision, and I hadn't got anything else lined up either. So this was a huge leap of faith. I've always been responsible. Even though I've got a partner, for me, and I've got a really supportive, who are co-parent with their dad. We've got a really good relationship with kids' dad. For me, I'm responsible. So to take that leap of faith, and with my background and stuff like that, I was fostered and things like that. So I'm kind of I don't like change.
I get that. And you find that with you know, if anybody has, I had a chaotic upbringing, and it was like we weren't the foster children, but we had lots of cousins come to stay with us, and we found, you know, for us as well, because it was chaotic, we wanted stability. We're playing Wallace Roulette this morning, and I'm giving it away. He's snoring. He's there. I heard you.
I've been dealing with snoring since about 3 o'clock this morning.
Don't, it's getting worse.
Yeah,
Good morning,
you just
Wally.
have to-
Morning, everybody.
Good morning, Wally's.
Sorry, we were saying like about craving that kind of stability when you come from like a chaotic, potentially a chaotic background. And people do, like when they come through care as well, they kind of go one way or the other. They create or seek chaos, or they seek stability, right?
I mean, don't get me wrong. My stories are really, for me, it's a good one because I was so blessed. I was really lucky.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
To me, my mum and dad, who are my foster mum and dad, but to me, they're my real mum and
Mum
dad.
and dad, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? They're still in my life. Huge, massive part of them. You know, even to the point when people go, "Oh, you're so like your dad," and
I
we
love
kind
that.
of have a little chuckle at each other and go,
Kind of
well,
wink.
kind
Oh,
biologically
thanks.
possible, but but I am like my dad in all my mannerisms and the way he's brought me up because, you know, that's how it was. I had contact with my real mum, but that's another story. That's for your next show.
I see what she's doing is she's stacking us up with these little seeds of a story so that I have her back and then we could just like see her resplendent in her rollers again in a couple of weeks' time. So go on, keep going.
So I left the job, decided to make the decision, took the leap, didn't actually know what I was going to do, but just knew it was the right thing. Yeah. And then I was like, I found myself serving my notice period, and then all of a sudden reality hit, and I was like, shit, what am I going to do now? I mean, you know, what am I going to do? And I thought, right, actually, Jo, you're 45 now. It's time to put your big girl pants on and make the decision. You went for the job that you thought was your dream job. It wasn't. Mm-hmm. So, you know, I'm very much have an attitude of gratitude. Yesterday's show was with Gemma was just like everything for me because I'm like,
wasn't it amazing?
And Practical Woo, I'm like, that's what it's called. I've been doing
I'm here for Practical Woo and Gemma James. She is phenomenal. If you didn't catch, you guys watching, if you didn't catch the show yesterday, when you finish, do go back and catch the show with Gemma James yesterday morning, because we were talking about manifestation and how actually you make manifestation happen. And often when it comes to, say, inverted commas, manifestation, people go, oh, it's a load of woo that's not, can't just think yourself rich. And actually,
you can put the practical woo and the positive mindset on. Yeah. I'm a big Secret fan as well. And, you know, wake up with an attitude of gratitude, be grateful, because you just don't know what's around the corner. And there is always somebody worse off than you. That makes it sound like I'm preaching. I'm not preaching.
No, it's all right. We're here for a Tuesday service with you. That's fine. Like, you preach it, sister.
I'm a retired minister, so it's in the blood.
I love it. You've just got to give it. You've got to give it if it compels you. And this, when you say an attitude of gratitude, here's like I speak on this quite a bit. That biologically, like, so emotions are triggered by hormones. They're triggered by responses to your outside world, right? And when you evoke the feeling of gratitude, other emotions can't live in the same space. So the opposite emotion. So if you think like anger, if you're angry, that anger can't live in the same space as gratitude. So when you choose to be grateful, when you choose to think about, okay, what am I learning? When you choose to be thankful, actually, it's harder to remain angry. When you're sad or when you're fearful, if you choose to find the things in the situation that you're grateful for, even though it's difficult, that fear and that anger can't live in the same space. Actually, gratitude becomes a medicine for, pardon me, when you've got, I've literally flown out of bed and I've got a really like coughing, I'm windy and all sorts. It happens, like I'm hurtling towards middle age. So
when you get here, you'll join me.
Oh, don't, I'm excited. I can't wait. If I look like you, I'm here for it. I tell you that much. But gratitude cannot live in the same space as sadness, as fear, as anger. So when you find yourself feeling fear and sadness and anger, starting with that, writing down that list of, you know, what am I grateful for? Even the small things like the breath in your body, the fact I woke up this morning. Sometimes it's hard, isn't it, to choose the things that you're grateful for, especially when the world's going to shit.
Well, yeah, somebody taught me many years ago. It was after sort of like when my marriage, when that broke down. It was one of the hardest times for me because I wanted nothing more than a stable life for my kids. I wanted the white picket fence, the Waltons.
You do, don't you? You kind of want to create that template, that 2.4 children, yeah.
And we kind of were, and to the outside world we were, but there was just something missing.
Right.
Again, that's another story. But we're
she's got episodes and episodes in her Facebook. Episodes and episodes in her.
But I'm trying to keep myself like without going waffling.
Right. Jo, what I want you to do, we've got the best part of an hour together. Just relax. We've got time.
Okay.
We're going to shoot the shit. We're going to share your story. I want people to know about you because what you did, you got in touch with me, didn't you? I was doing a sparring strategy day. Somebody had won. In fact, the wonderful Jane Williams, VA Jane, had won a sparring strategy day with me, and we'd come to Birmingham because she lives in Oxfordshire. I lived in Preston. We was like, okay, well, we'll meet a couple of hours away from each other. And we was at this sparring strategy day, and we like shared with everybody that's where we was. And you'd said, Dani, I know I'm in Wolverhampton. I'm 40 minutes away. I can't have you so close by and us not meet. I feel compelled to come and meet you, even if it's just give you a hug. And I'm like, okay. And you came. Good morning, Wallace. But you got in the car that night and you came to come and meet us, and we sat down for a brew and gave you a big cuddle because I was so. It's such a brave thing to do. It's such a brave thing to do. You don't know somebody. You only know somebody like off the internet or whatever. You know, that person could really let you down as well. That person could like not live up to your expectations or what have you.
I'd messaged you like 2 weeks into my notice period. And I was at home. I remember I was in the utility ironing. Yeah. And I'd just seen something on a site on Facebook, and somebody had recommended you for public speaking.
Oh, yeah.
And these people were raving about you. And I just thought, I want to check this person out. So I had to look at you. And
I had a right good look at you, I did.
I had a right good look at you. And then I watched one of your, and I thought, oh my God, I love her. She's brilliant. So down to earth. You weren't like, I have had this issue because I'm a curvy girl, and my Brummie accent, you know, we're known for having this like kind of sounds like a dulcet tone kind of thing. And I was like, I love her. She's just so real. She's got, you know, and just what you were saying. So then I was kind of like, okay, I want to know more. I messaged you to just say, I just thought, you know what, I'm going to send this message. I messaged you to just say, do you know what, Dani, I've just found you. I've handed in my notice. And you were talking about startups or something. You gave me sort of some inspiration at that point and some hope that actually what I had decided to do, I thought, you know what, I'm going to get myself a little part-time job so I still get that customer interaction, but on the sidelines, I'm going to try and build something of my own. People have been telling me to do it for years because friends always come to me and whatever. And I always gave that little bit extra kind of like creativity kind of thing with what I was doing in the past with the other jobs. Yeah. So, and you messaged me straight away, and what you wrote just really like touched me. The fact that one, you'd bothered. Two, you were real about it, and you were like, do you know what? Sometimes the universe just puts you in the right place at the right time. And I just thought, oh my God, so you showed up for me that day, and that meant the world. And then it was, I just thought, I just kept watching you lives. And that's when I saw it was you were in Wolverhampton and I was in Birmingham.
Yes.
And I thought, Wolverhampton, I can afford to get to Wolverhampton. I knew I wasn't going to be able to get to Leeds, Manchester or anything like that because I've got to watch every penny at this point.
Of course, because you were in transition, weren't you? You was like moving from one point in the other.
Not knowing if I'd got a paycheck coming the next month or not. Mm-hmm. So I was like, right, I'm just, you know what, if you don't, one of my sayings in life, and I say it to the kids, if you don't ask, you don't get. You're not always going to get, but if you don't
no cheat, no chance is like the statement I live my life by.
Yeah. So I thought, you know what, I'm just going to send her a message. Straight away, you came back and you were like, yeah, come for a brew. And I was like,
what do I do now?
That's my face that I do when I can't believe something. And I was like, oh my God. And I was like, she's right.
It's so funny, Jo, because I'm not famous.
No, you're not famous, but you are inspirational. Well, you are famous. You're famous in our world, Dan.
I'm famous. I'm creating myself something, aren't I?
Yeah, but do you know what? You are. Well, you're totally famous in my world because for me, you are inspirational. And like, all my friends and my family, they just think, go, Dani says this, Dani does this, Dani. So I'm kind of verging on a stalker kind of situation, but I'm not.
I'm just welcoming you in. Like, I'm here, Jo. I'm here for you.
So yeah, so that's I came and saw you, and it's funny because what you just said, relax. I'd been with you 2 or 3 minutes, and I think I hadn't taken a breath, and you went to me when I sat down.
I did.
Jo, just breathe. But I was like,
and the thing is, what you did is you told me some of your story, and this is what I mean. Like, we've got a bit of time. We've got like another 40 minutes left together,
yeah.
So like we can find out more about it. So don't worry about it. Don't apologize for sharing your story. I wouldn't have asked you to come and join me on my show this morning if I didn't think that your story isn't just wonderful. Like, people need to know about you, because I think, Jo, what happens is when people meet you is they just fall in love with you.
Aww.
Because you are such a loving person, and you're such a warm person, and you're so funny, and you're so, I mean, so damn sassy. Like, you turn up. You're so fabulous when you turn up.
I think
we were talking.
I think there might be a few trading standards calls this morning, because that picture, when you messaged me yesterday and went, I've nicked one of your pictures off Facebook, I thought, oh yeah, that's fine. I looked at the picture, it was a couple of years ago, and I was like, oh my God, she's that picture.
Stop it, you look at me.
But I loved it. I just don't look quite like that at the moment.
Stop it. Stop it.
But that is my heart. That's what I'm like. That is very much. Be a sassy chick. You know, sassy stands for lively, bold, full of spirit, and a little bit cheeky.
Exactly that.
That's, you know, if you can't be that in life, you just got to pull that little bit of sass out yourself. And it'll make life, I think it just makes people, you know, it just makes you a little bit more fun. Don't take yourself too seriously. You know, I have a little jibe at myself, you know, a lot for being a curvy chick. But I think I've done that in the past to do it before other people do.
Yeah, you kind of get there first. Wallace used to do that. He used to call himself, he used to call himself a see you next Tuesday first, so that other people wouldn't. You know what I mean? Like, it's
not a good thing. No, I've learned that recently. You know, you need to, if somebody pays you a compliment, you need to take it. And I found that very hard to do, but I'm growing so much. I mean, in COVID, I'm growing kind of like the other way as well.
Outwards and up.
Yeah, but I've grown massively within like the business and stuff like that. But
yeah, I was going to talk about that in a second. I'm excited to share everybody what it is that you do, because it's fabulous.
Yeah, but I've tried to stop doing that. I was given a gift of some coaching by a friend of a friend's who was on the latter part of finalising her qualification.
Okay.
So she was looking for a subject who had made a bit of a, you know, life changing. It was in a transition. So my friend put me forward. I knew of the coach because we'd been on similar sort of like, you know, social occasions and everything.
Okay.
But since I've had that as well, oh my goodness, literally, it's just changed everything, because it's made me so much more self-aware, and it all just kind of came at the right time. I just felt like I was, you know, I was kind of practicing the practical woo for let's get a better life. You know, I've always been a gratitude, positive person, and to be honest with you, I've had criticism for that in the past. You know, you're so positive.
Oh, do you know what? Like, I don't want to hang out with people who think I'm too positive. Here's the thing. Like, if you think there are worse things that I could be than too positive.
I used to suppress it. I used to suppress it because I used to think, oh, they think I'm a bit like either weird or fake or whatever. But I've got so much to be grateful for, because we've had a lot of loss. You know, in the family, I've seen a lot of, you know, there's been lots of things, and I genuinely, I'm grateful for my life and what I've been given.
Do you not find though, like, and let me know if you're listening, if you feel this, that if you have had a lot of adversity and you've come through the adversity and survived it, you tend to be more grateful for anything that you like. I'm so grateful for everything that is happening to and for me right now. And I'm really grateful for everything that's happened to and for me in the past, even right from the homelessness and all of that sort of stuff. I'm so grateful to it, because I wouldn't be helping who I'm helping now if all of these things hadn't happened to me. So when I walk around and I'm like, someone asked me the other day, my God, are you always like this? And I'm like, yeah. Yeah, I am, because I can't believe myself. I can't believe where I'm at. I can't believe where I've got to. I can't believe what's happening. I can't believe that I managed to get 2 skips full of crap and a nice living room. Like, I can't believe that I bought a handbag that went £8 from Primark. I'm walking around at the minute. I couldn't be more grateful.
Yeah,
so
I get it.
It's so interesting. And I think the negativity, I think it's perceived negativity from us, because actually it doesn't really directly come from people, because who is people anyway? I think it comes from that bit of us, or that person in our life that maybe has downplayed who we are in ourselves before, and that kind of stays with us like a little bit of shadow. Or if somebody is being negative about you, it comes from their place of insecurity as opposed to yours.
Yeah, I'm kind of like being aware of that a bit more now. But I think because, I mean, I would say sort of, most of the population is that they want to be liked.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean? They want to be accepted. And I definitely was like that. And it wasn't, and I think that, again, my backstory is my story. It's made me who I am. I'm not a victim of it. I'm actually grateful because of what it's made me.
Exactly.
And when I tell people, they go, and
oh my God, are you okay, hon?
It's like I'm talking about somebody else when I say it. So it's like, it's really not that big of a deal. But I've started to be aware of the fact that actually that is so responsible for me sort of wanting to be sort of liked, be accepted. And actually when I reframe, I've learned that from you. When I reframe it, I was surrounded by so much love when I was younger.
Yeah.
That everybody actually wanted me.
Yeah.
But because it wasn't, it was stable, but it wasn't. There was always a chance that I could be moved. But actually reframing it, everybody wanted me and I was surrounded by love. So therefore, you know what? I'm even more bloody grateful now, because I'm like, what the hell? I hadn't looked at it in that way.
Yeah.
So, and I mean, I've done sales for 25 years, field
and
sales.
You're incredible at it as well.
Well, I try to, the way that I've always done it is I treat people as I would like to be treated.
Yes.
Now that goes against a lot of the sales training. And sell, get the sale. Well,
get the sale regardless. Like, tell them what you're missing out. Tell them all the pain they're going to feel if they don't buy the thing that you're selling, and all of that.
That's not me. I come from a place of wanting to help and wanting to be genuine.
Yeah.
And I literally, I mean, I can say this now because it's quite a few years ago from that job. But if I knew they could get it cheaper, I'd be like, do you know what? You can actually get this cheaper. They'd buy it off me anyway, because I'd been honest about it.
They trust you.
And they were like, and I'd be like, but I mean, sometimes if there was something major, but I did that, and my retention of business through that, and friendship, everybody became like a friend. They didn't become a customer. It was consumable, so it was a constant, like, go and see them every 4 to 6 weeks kind of thing. And literally, I said that the minute I walked up to a place and they were like, oh my God, it's Jo, rather than, oh my God, it's Jo.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Then that was the time when I needed, and I never got that, because, I think it was kind of, we used to have a laugh and a joke. And that brings me, I've come by to when I came to see you, right? And I came to you with a logo that was for my new business. And I was like, show me, I'm excited to see what you've got. Cards. And
I felt terrible, but I had to tell you.
You were right. I ordered my business cards, which for me was a big investment because it was money coming from nowhere.
Yes.
At the time, it was only 30 quid, but 30 quid was 30
30 quid was still 30 quid, yeah.
Yeah. And I'd ordered them and I was excited about them coming. But you looked at it and I went, so it's not really me. And you went, right, if it's not you, I've only met you for 10 minutes, but you are pink, you are leopard print, you are sparkly, you are. And I went, I know, but I need to be like, I need to be
I want to
grown up.
appeal to these type of people. I'm like, who do you want to appeal to? You want to appeal to people that like you. You want to
And you
appeal to
went-
people that are here for you.
And you went, what have you? How have you been for the last however many years? What's the And I went, well, I'm the pink sparkly one. And you went, well, why are you changing? And I drove home and I thought, why am I changing? I wasn't excited about my logo. It was all right, but there was a bit of a story behind it. You know, I'd put some creativity, not loads, which is weird because I'm so creative, but for myself, I couldn't do it.
It's hard. It's like the cobbler's shoes who say this all the time, like from coaches to creatives, anybody who's kind of in service, we are so good at seeing it for other people. So good, so talented, actually. But then when you turn the mirror onto yourself, you're like, I've got creative block. Like I work with so many coaches or so many, business people who are incredible, amazing at just like getting it so right for their clients that actually when they start to look at themselves, I think when you're in it, it's hard to see out and above.
And I kind of had this perception that I really had to be a grown up now because, I was a director of a company, and that first night that the directorship thing came through, that my certificate came through, my other half got in bed and he went, oh, I've never slept with a managing director before. And I went, well, I'm a skim one, but either way.
We've got no money, babes, but it's fine. Go for your life. I can be powerful in my mind.
So, but I came back and you put me on to Rosie.
Yeah, Rosie. Oh, yeah, Rosie Wood. Oh, she's fabulous. Yeah. She just had a baby, Rosie.
Oh, yeah. And I thought, this is an investment I have to make. And I was like, this is all or nothing. But you were right in everything you said, and I knew it. I just couldn't see it for myself.
The thing was, what you'd showed me was black, and it was hard, and it was impact, and it was, it was
boring.
It was crave SAS like the army, and I'm like, I can't see you here. So then when you're going to come across people that you're going to turn up and they're going to be, who is this though? Like, I'm not here. Like, it would have been just such a, you would have locked heads with your own brand.
With my own brand. And it wasn't me at all. And I remember when I did it with a friend, because a friend did it for me, bless him. And when we finished it, I knew something was missing. And I went, there's something missing, but I don't quite know what it is. And he went, it's pink. Pink's missing. And he knew it. And I went, no, I don't want pink. I don't want pink. I need to be sensible and grown up.
But you have either pink or leopard print on everything that you have. Your bag, your car, everything.
Right? Or sparkly.
Yeah.
And I thought, I came away and I thought, it's pink. Now, the minute we did the rework with Rosie, I was excited. I was so excited. Yeah. And I was like, she bloody knows her stuff, you. Right? Because you picked it up in such a small sort of segment of time and getting to know me.
Yeah.
And I came away. And from then, Dan, it's just like...
when you feel really alive. So even though my job, so the thing that I do the most is helping people to help people speak what it is that they do. So the strapline on my vocal business card is, I help people speak their mission and business message so that they can reach more people and so that they can make more money. Now, the thing is, because I hear people speak about their businesses so much, and one of the great things I'm good at doing is drawing analogies, that actually I found quite a talent for seeing how brands sit alongside, or helping people draw out what their branding should be based on their message. So because that's what the brand should be. Your brand isn't a logo. Your brand is what your mission is. Your brand is your values, and then you build out from there. So if your brand values are like Danielle Hansen, in fact, she's put, that's me, because me and Danielle had the same conversation. She was moving into, I say innovative commerce, proper business consultancy. She was a VA. She's moving into the coaching small businesses to scale and grow, because she's actually really talented. What we're doing now, looking above the business and seeing all the inner workings. Like if you open the business like a stopwatch, she can see all the inner cogs, everything that's holding it together, and she can see and tweak and help you tweak what makes it right. So, but the work that we had to do to get there, she was like, I don't know what to call myself. She's like, I'm DCH consultancy. She was like, oh God.
That's a grown-up term.
It's a grown, and I was like, are you that? Is that what you want? Is that the client that you want? And she's like, well, no. So one of the things, and this is a top tip for anybody out there that's having to think about their marketing or their logo or their branding particularly, is think about the things that you love and try and draw an analogy from that. So like for me, the queen bees, there's loads of things that bees do that I draw as an analogy for business. So that like we festoon, don't we? We all link arms and we show the other bees where to build, or we do the waggle dance. So we go and find out where the good pollen is and we tell everybody, here's where the good stuff is, come and have a look. We don't just keep it to ourselves. So it was a no-brainer for me to have bees being a part of my branding. The fact that it was the queen bee and the birthright and all that sort of stuff really started in the values and mission, and then the rest of the logo and the colors and everything kind of came afterwards. So if you are out there and you are struggling at all with your you're thinking about getting your branding together, there are some incredible people that we know between us as a collective. Highly recommend Rosie would highly recommend Nikki James from Just Brand You. Wallace, my husband, has created the kind of design and media branch, because he does so well with everything that I do, and he's worked with people who've started to come to him like organically now. So we've created it as an umbrella bit. So IATQB is now the umbrella. Media that runs off the back of it. Good morning. Good morning. If anyone doesn't know, this is Ivy. This is my littlest. She tends to come in and say good morning and hello first thing. Are you going to go down and get some breakfast? You've already made breakfast?
You already made.
I haven't made breakfast. Oh, I'm making breakfast. I'm making pancakes this morning. I've already made the mixture. We're having pancakes. Brand cakes? Oh, God, that was a Freudian slip.
Brand cakes.
Brand cakes. Or your brand biscuits. Be inspired, you know. Like, we're going to talk about creative marketing. Look at him looking after me, my massive big 2 litres.
Oh.
Right, go on, jump down so I can carry on talking to Joe and everybody.
Then can you do the rest of it?
Yeah. She wants pancakes. I'm gonna sort her out. We've got some Nutella and
cakes with honey.
Yes. So yeah, we were just talking about Buzz Media and the fact that we were like, that works really well in the IATQB umbrella. Are you okay? You look like you're waiting for something.
No, just look at it.
Go away.
Whenever I drink out of them, it goes all over my face.
Yeah, well, I was just concerned about that. Like, I normally have a glass here, but I'm just like chugging straight out of the
I was thinking she's really brave. She's going in.
Sarah thought it was gin.
Yeah.
It is. So yeah, when if you are struggling at all with your branding, there's loads and loads of people that we can recommend. In the IATQB Hive, which is my free community, we have lots of people at lots of different stages of their business. So people that are just starting out, are people that are really super successful, all in the same place, all helping, all collaborating. So if you do want to come over and join us, just pop Hive in the comments and you are more than welcome to come join us. You like it in the Hive, don't you?
I love it in the bloody Hive. The Hive is my safe space. I had a real issue when I left that position and I was in that difficult situation. I've got a real issue with being visible with this business. And I was so nervous about it. And I still am. I'm still kind of like, up until probably, to be fair, up until lockdown, I was doing the work, doing the business, getting some customers in, but I was doing it all a bit like tiptoeing round. Yeah. And I was sitting on the edge of the pool, kept dipping my foot in, thinking, oh, I'll be visible, or I won't, I'm not ready yet. But the Hive has been my safe space because it's been a really supportive space as well. No judgment, total encouragement. And, you know, I've just learned loads. I've been like a sponge. And I've just felt that I've been able to kind of like put it out there, you know. So, I mean, the Hive for me, I can't even, there's no words for me because it's been my absolute, what I'll remember COVID for is the Hive, to be honest, because 8 o'clock, get up, do you know what I mean? And
show up, rise up.
Exactly. But go on.
No, I was just going to say, because we haven't really introduced what it is that you do. So we know that your business is called Creative Sass. We know that in terms of what you do, it's creative. We know it's got something to do with marketing. We know that it's got, we know that your branding is pink and glitter and fabulousness.
And my tilted crown.
And your little tilted crown. But what is it that you guys do?
So, Dani, this has been really difficult for me because to actually put it
that's why I'm asking you.
Is really hard. So, I'll give this a bash at my VBC.
Your local business card. Let's do it together.
Yeah, which is what I've been kind of working on. So, Creative Sass is kind of sassy creativity. So, I'm looking at. I've got it written on the wall.
I love it. I love you. Oh, Jo, I help businesses. Slap you on a butty and eat you.
I know. Creativity is within everybody. You just need to bring it out and have a little bit of direction. You never sort of use up creativity. The more you use, the more you have. But you just need somebody to kind of pull it out. Something I was always really good at was going out and giving that extra kind of set of eyes, walk the job, see what other people can't see, like you said, within brands. And so all areas of business and life, anything where you need creativity. So whether that be towards branding, whether that be a product launch, whether that be signage to engage with your audience, whether that be a life event. So, an event where you need that extra special gift or something that's just got a little bit more of your personality and passion in it.
Can I show an example of your work? Because I have one here. Because you came along to Be Inspired, didn't you? So Be Inspired is the big. So I run 2 of these a year, and it's the big event in the IATQB calendar. So Be Inspired is where my graduates of my professional tier of the course, so people that have been working with me for 6 months or more, will come onto the stage and deliver their TED style talk. So it's a day of celebration, inspiration, motivation. And I was like, Jo, you've got to come. And you was like, I'm coming. I was like, amazing, considering that you couldn't, you could only travel to like Wolverhampton to come and see me.
Dani, I've got to say, you helped me out with that. And I don't know whether you wanted me to say that or not, but you helped me out with that. I couldn't have got there without you to Manchester. So
You drove there.
I drove there, but we know the other story. So you need to know that. That's why I am so grateful. But go on. I'm going to cry.
Oh, stop it. Stop it. Listen, right. Okay. So before I show everybody what you do, I need for people to understand, like, some of the things that I do, I don't talk about, and I don't talk about on purpose. When I first started out, I had friends and mentors and people who were further along than me reach back and help me up when I didn't have a pot to piss in. So even in the last 18 months, so I managed to get business coaching worth thousands of pounds just by me being tenacious, just by, and these people didn't have to help me. These people didn't, and I don't want to get emotional and stuff, but when I have had that kindness shown to me, it's only right that I pay it forward. It's only right that I see people out there like you, Jo, who are so talented. Like, what you do is amazing. And you told me your story, and I totally believe in you. And there's a lot of people that, where I can help, I try. It's my job, being where I am, to be able to reach back and hold my hand out and say, come on, like, come with me. That's the point. That's why we're doing what we're doing. That's the movement. So it isn't about, friends or nepotism or, oh, she's my mate, so I'm going to give her a ticket. It's, I can see the people who are so talented and they might be stuck, and it would be wrong of me, if I'm in a position to be able to help, not to be helping.
It's like paying it forward. If
people hadn't done things like that for me on my way up, I wouldn't be where I am now. And like, for me as a leader in my own space, however big or small my audience is, it's important for me to, as best I can, pay things forward. And to festoon, this is what, if this is what you're capable of, you are worthy of being here. And if that was something that I could show you in that moment, then that was something I could show you in that moment. And what you did for me was equally as kind, because look what you made me. Look at this. So
It's your boomerang board.
So Jo, this is featured in all of my ads for my events now.
I saw that. I loved it.
And they, because I was like, make sure you get the boomerang board in there. But yeah, so you came along to be inspired, and we had loads of point of sale stuff. So we've got the fabulous banners, and you know, the room looked great. But this really gave so social proofing, point of sale stuff is an example of some of the stuff that you come up with. So people can have their picture taken with it, and then you've got, and people can share it, and actually that's worth its weight in gold. So even if you only buy something like this, a little square, and you take it to an event, a networking event or similar, actually you're generating talking points, you're generating sharing your business and your mission message without having to actually speak. You've just got something that you can show that's fun, that's interactive,
and engages people. And it just gets it. For me, it's all about experience. Life is all about experience, and you want to walk away from somewhere remembering that experience and how it made you feel. So that's this is why I find it hard to put into words what I do. So I've kind of gone around the lines of creative consultancy, the kind of fun, sassy side.
I think the only thing that's missing is the actual physical. For example, point of sale stuff, Instagram walls. Just to really give it a really clear, because some people don't know when they need creativity in their business. Some people don't know that that's actually what they need. Some people don't know they need stuff like this for social proofing. So you help create items and point of sale, I guess, but social media proofing tools for you to cleverly market your business during events.
Just make it visual.
You help
Anything
add visuals
visual
to events.
That could be your clothing. Like you, Dani, your brand is so recognizable because it's the yellow, it's the black, it's, you see it straight away, that straight away you link it to it. So if you make your brand visual, if you make your social media visual, people will scroll through. Like, I love your term, a scroll hole. God, I've been caught in a few.
You just get lost in it, don't you, like this?
Well, if there's something engaging, I mean, think about the ones that you see on social media. When there was a teacher that held up all parents who were homeschooling must read this. Now, you wouldn't have read his bio, but you'd have seen that picture and thought, I'm homeschooling, I need to read this. So just from that A4 piece of paper that he's written on, straight away it's engaged you. So you then carry on. Do you know what I mean? If I had creative sass tattooed across my head this morning, which I thought about, but then there's
I've got my logo tattooed on my thumb.
Oh, do you know what? I'm going to do that. I'm going to get my tilted crown.
Do it. I say this to people when we talk about branding, we talk about logos. Like, some people don't want to marry their logos, and that's fine. Like, you don't have to. But if you think about a really strong logo, if you're really connected to it, so the Nike swoosh will never ever change. No. The Adidas, the little sort of crown type thing, that will never change. Coca-Cola, that will never change. The real core aspects of those logos will never change because they are that kind of brand. And when you find your branding, it belongs to you, you will love it so much that you'll want to get it tattooed on you. You will just love it that much. That's when you know you've got it. When you can't, when you like want to, when you think I'm going to hang my, I can see myself using that in years to come because it is so transcendent. Then that's when you've nailed it.
And that's what, with mine, like I say, with the tilted crown, I do wear a little bit of a sassy crown and a little bit of, my nails, normally I have lashes, but COVID took those from me.
Oh, don't. I'm like, this is horrific for me. Like, how can I have all these fabulous tattoos and then no nail extensions to make them look even more fabulous?
I taught myself how to do them.
I'd get the sticky on ones, but they just ping off.
I know. Well, these are the gel, but she'd already got a lamp, so that's something we've learned, a new skill. But yeah, my tilted crown for me, that's what my customers used to love about me as well. The two reps would be walking in. You'd have the one that was a lovely size 8, polished, everything else, and then you'd have me that'd get in. I'd go to say something, then I'd go, oh God, let me put my teeth back in. And they'd always go with me because I was kind of like, my crown was a bit tilted.
Yeah, but you still got it.
Yeah, I still got it. And I think it was the real and just being something as well that I've really learned is to be authentic and be yourself. It's just the best version of yourself. That
I mean, the very fact that you can come onto this today, and I know you will have been a little bit nervous about doing this today because this isn't your normal stomping ground, so to speak. But even just to turn up today with your rollers in your hair and sharing what you've been sharing with us is just that is exactly it. It's who you are, and it makes you just delicious. It makes you absolutely delicious. So what have you learned? Give me one thing that you've learned during this particular period of time, this COVID lockdown, because that's had a direct effect on eventing, hasn't it? Has it affected your business?
Well, to be fair, events is a big part of the business, but there's so many other areas that I can take the creativity side of it down, like the creative consultancy side of it, that it's affected me in the sense it's paused me, but it actually gave me the pause that I needed because I hadn't got the website.
Didn't you? You just needed a little bit of space to work out what you're going to do next.
I can't remember who it was in the Hive, but somebody said about has anybody else got a muggle job to get you through?
Probably me.
And yeah, I've got a part-time job. I'm a receptionist at a soccer centre, which I mean, this was a realisation for me. I remember at the end of the night at 11 o'clock, if I'm on a late shift, I do 2 nights a week, and if I'm on a late shift, I'm I'm walking around the pitches at the end of the night, collecting the rubbish with a litter picker. It was really windy, really rainy the one night, and I was up there on the football pitches next to the M6, and I thought to myself, what the fuck am I doing here? How have I ended up here? What? Because it gives me the stability of the income to begin with.
Yeah, I get you. So need that as well. Like it's often in the entrepreneurial space as well. Sometimes there's a bit of snobbery around trying to build your business and that being an inverted commas a side hustle whilst you gain yourself some stability. What you're not doing, you're building yourself some bandwidth so that you can do those things and grow it, so that you can swap it out when you're ready, and that is just as important.
So I'm there with my nails and my lashes, thank God they give you a litter picker. That's the last part of the shift if you're on a late shift. So I was doing it, and I actually was having this conversation out loud verbally with myself.
Right.
And what the fuck am I doing here? Anyway, the next day I got my biggest order yet. I got with Creative Sass, and it was with a really well-known brand. So for me, that was everything. And something else happened the next day. And I thought to myself, that's why I'm there. Yeah. What COVID's given me is it's given me that space to not have the part-time job, to just kind of take it to the next level. My website's up. I've started a Facebook group. I haven't gone live with it yet because I just want to do a few bits.
You've got to do what you've got to do. Don't get analysis paralysis, though. You know what I'm going to say to you.
So the Facebook group, I've gone down the line. It's not necessarily about Creative Sass. It's the other part of me, which is the positivity. And for me, I just feel you need to spread that, and you need to sort of like you say, pass it forward.
Yeah, and when you share who you are, people will come and find out what you do anyway. People will come across me because of this, learn more about me, and then they might want me to help them, drill down on the brand. They might want me to help them speak. They might want me to help them pitch, and it isn't, you don't have to directly sell in everything that you become visible in.
Well, I didn't want to do that.
People will learn that you do what you do just by being around you.
And that's, I mean, to be honest with you, I've been creating orders without being visible up to now. And I thought I just wasn't ready.
Can you imagine what's going to happen next?
The hope is there. But the positivity side, what I've learned massively in COVID is to be unapologetically me. And that's what I want to be. And for all those people that used to say to me, oh, you're so positive. Right. And that's the Facebook is going to be the positivity princess, because a little bit of a princess in me. But you know what? I'm going to be positive. It's going to be real positivity in the sense of, the positivity that your teenage daughter will speak to you again nicely sometime in your life.
Yeah, right.
So, but there's
I
positivity
know
there.
I'm heading into teenagerdom, and it's like going into a ghost train. I'm like shitting myself. It's awful already.
It's so hard. It's so hard because you love them so much, and you just want the best for them. I was looking last night. I mean,
I'm despairing.
My daughter is 15. I've got a son who's 19, who is the golden child. My daughter is the golden child, but with attitude. But do you know the best thing that came about as well from COVID? She's obviously been aware of lots of conversations. She's heard me speaking to people. She's heard me speaking to customers. She's seen me actually doing it. Yeah. And she came down, and for Mother's Day, she sent me a card saying, "I know I don't show it very much, but I'm incredibly proud of you, Mum." And she put an incredibly proud of Creative Sass, and underneath she'd signed it, Jess, VP of Creative Sass, Vice President of Creative Sass. And then she said to me yesterday, it was about 2 days ago, she went, and this for me was what it was. I'm being unapologetically me, so I've learned, actually it pays off. Jess turned around and she went, "Mom," and like Jess is quite a complex character. She knows what she wants, what she doesn't want. Yeah. And she went, "Do you know what, Mum? I've realised that you're making it easy for me. You're doing all the hard work for me to come in and be creatively sassy." And I was like, that for me was everything. Because I was like, she's proud of me, so I'm doing the right thing and showing her the kind of way. And if she didn't want to do that, she wouldn't do it. So the fact that she even thought that in the future, and I was like, this is okay, I'm showing up. Now I've got to wise up and be unapologetic in order to rise up.
Because that's the bit that's missing, isn't it? So I talk about this on a cycle all the time. If you think about rising up being the goal, or where it is that you want to be, and showing up is how you've got to show up, who you've got to show up for, where you've got to show up. The wising up is the bit that you need to learn in between the two. Because if you've got somewhere you need to be, or somewhere you want to go, or you know, a goal that you've got, you don't know something. There's something missing that otherwise, if you knew it, you'd be there. So the wising up bit is the important bit. So by surrounding yourself with the right people, by elevating who you're hanging out with, all of that sort of thing is really huge. So we've got a couple of minutes left, Jo, before we leave everyone to get on with the work day. What I would love to know from you is, how long does it take to take all of those rollers out?
How long we got, Dan?
Go on, we've got 4 minutes. I want to see the finished thing.
But I don't know. I can't really see myself, so I don't even know if I'm actually going to be able to do this. But
my hair is that heavy that if I was to put rollers in like that, it would still half an hour later just drop and then just be frizzy at the bottom. I need like, my hair needs Jesus, is what my hair needs.
Jesus. I haven't even got a mirror to do this. So how this is actually gonna pan out, I don't know.
I love it. I created an entire audience, an entire following based on me putting my makeup on in the car. Like, you've got this, sister. Like, cheer her on if you're watching along. And we've got lots of people asking, where can we hang out with you more, other than the Hive, of course. But how do we support you? How do we find out more about what you do? How do we find out more about Creative Sass?
So my website is now up and running. It's not finished yet, but go and have a look at it. It's creativesass.co.uk, but remove the last E off creative because I wanted to be a little bit different.
Right, okay.
So
I'm going to put it here. Top.
Yeah, creativsas.co.uk. The SAS stands for Sassy.
It does.
Creative Sass, but it also stands for Creative Signs and Services.
Yeah.
So, services.
Listen, that's what it does.
Yeah. Does what it says on the
That's what it does. You said you didn't know how to explain it. Like, you've got to imagine, I'm sat on your shoulder, get there quicker. Signs and services, creative signs and services. That like is light bulb for me. I now know exactly what you do.
So creative signs and services, or creative SAS, dependent on what kind of creativity you need. So, you know, like I said before, I've got some great testimonials on there from people that I've worked with, and it was reading those that I was kind of like, do you know what? I can do this. And what's happened is it's evolved as it's gone on, because it started with the signage, because I was always really good at signage, no matter what kind of area I went into. I can't believe I'm doing this half blind. I don't even know.
It's looking incredible. I'm mesmerised.
Dani, my roots are longer than the Asda queue at the minute, so it's like, this is not my best look.
I think we've just had the best hair analogies and the best hair sayings like in the last 2 minutes. My hair needs Jesus. You've got roots longer than the Asda queue. The Asda queue, dude, it's like a really shit ride at Thorpe Park.
Yeah, I know. You get there and the trolley's like, you know,
done me 10,000 steps getting out of the car and getting into the supermarket.
It doesn't work if you scream if you want to go faster. I'm back to front. How does this work?
It's so weird. So, like, when I used to do lives, it was on my phone, so it was like a direct mirror. And then when I started to put my makeup on here, I had to remember it's like this hand is on this side of my screen. It's crazy.
That's really difficult. Now, I'd normally have a bit more of a booth. I'm struggling to know exactly where I am on this.
Do you know what? You're with me looking? And you are absolutely amazing. Jo, it has just been phenomenal having you getting ready with me this morning.
Just give me 1 second.
Go on.
We've got to finish it off with the tilted crown.
Stop it. I'm taking a picture. Wait. I'm taking a picture. Hang on, don't pose yet. I'll tell you when to pose because I've got to take the flash off. Do me a favour, if anybody is watching along, can you take a screenshot for me and post it on the stories and tag us at the Queen Bee Dani? Are you Creative Sass on Insta?
I've started it, but I haven't put anything on there yet. So
are you ready? Smile. So if any of you are on Instagram, please share us on your stories. Please share us out there. The more people get watching in the morning, the more positive we get to spread. Jo, it's been a pleasure. I love you very much. I'm just going to pop you backstage while I wrap up. Isn't she just amazing, you guys? Thank you so much for joining me again this morning. Happy Tuesday to all of you. If you don't follow us already on the socials, please make sure that you do. Over on Instagram, it's the Queen Bee Dani. On YouTube, it is the Queen Bee Dani across all of the socials. We are here Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. Coming up the rest of the week, we've got our kickboxing queen and kickboxing champion Jessica Fleischer joining us tomorrow, talking to us about her journey. On Thursday, we've got IATQB resident style guru. Shell Showett is talking all things style. We're gonna work it on Thursday, and then on Friday, I'm super excited. Please join us on Friday. We've got Dave McPartlin, who is he's a local head teacher here. But he is the teacher off of Britain's Got Talent. So I don't know if you remember, it was either last year or the year before. He was with the kids that did Don't Stop Me Now. And they did this whole like incredible performance. And from there, Dave has just been a real champion for primary schools, for his primary school, Flake Fleet, but also he is one of the teachers on BBC Bite Size. So if any of your kids, if you're homeschooling and your kids are 9 to 11, you will have seen Dave as one of the teachers that is part of the massive big kind of COVID war effort from the BBC that has just been, it has been phenomenal. My daughter's been doing it every morning and has just absolutely loved it since it launched last Monday. So he's going to be joining us on Friday, talking all things education. He's going to be getting ready for the day with us, talking to us about his journey from Britain's Got Talent to the BBC and beyond. So please do join us if you don't join us any other day on Friday. Tomorrow we've got Jessica Fleischer. She is wonderful, a really inspiring woman. We've got Shell Showett, who's a really good friend of mine. She's also going to be one of the speakers at Be Inspired on the 10th of September. But do join us 8 a.m. Monday to Friday at the Queen Bee Dani. It has been wonderful sharing. Oh, before you go, I want to show you this. I'm going to share this with you tomorrow. I bought myself a little heart gift yesterday. I bought myself a little self-care gift, a little gift to myself. I bought myself a book, The Boy, the Mole, the Fox and the Horse. I'm going to share with you over the coming days some of my favorite pages from in here because it is absolutely beautiful and really inspirational. Thank you so much for joining us, everyone. Have an incredible day. Go and rip it up, even if ripping up to you is just surviving today. It is all good. I will be here cheering you on. I even bought some pom-poms to cheer you on with. Look, you've got your very own cheerleader. I love you so much and I'll see you tomorrow.